I'll start the regular meeting of the Ascension Parish Council Thursday, January 21. I will call to order. Tonight we have Miss Sherry Kinchin, who is head of our Ascension Parish Human Resource Department, to do our invocation. Following Sherry, Mr. Gary Lacombe, Communications Manager at Geismar Shell, will do the Pledge of Allegiance. I welcome everyone here tonight, a festive day, Mr. Cliff Nickens Day. Stand up, please.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, we thank you for all the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. For our elected officials, we pray for your guidance as they work together to meet the challenges of our growing parish. Father, we ask you to watch over our men and women in uniform, serving our country both at home and abroad. Please lend comfort to the family of Arthur Piku during their time of grieving, and provide your healing power to Sister Denise Duplessis during her period of recovery. Father, we pray for all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Son, Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Sherry. Mr. Lacombe?
As we all face the flag, please join with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Gary. Roll call, Ms. Suzanne. We're missing Councilman Benny Johnson and Councilman Kent Shakeschneider. Excuse me, Benny just came in and Kent is on the way. Before we get going, I'd like to welcome back our legal counsel, Mrs. Lindsay Manda. First meeting back, and just had a young baby boy named Trip. We congratulate her. Chair's addition. I don't have any chair additions. Public comment period. Anyone wishing to talk on any item on the agenda? Sign in with Ms. Suzanne. You'll be allowed 3 minutes. We'll go right into our presentations. First of all, we have tonight, we're honored to have some Eagle Scouts with us. We're recognizing Eagle Scouts President Martinez.
It's great to see you guys here today, and we certainly, as a parish, want to congratulate you on your accomplishment of becoming an Eagle Scout. I know it's a long, long road that you have to go through. I was a scout myself, but I made it. I think I made it to first class, so I didn't quite make it to Eagle, but we had fun doing it, and I know that you did, and I know you enjoy scouting, and I can tell you it builds character, and we're proud of you. So, first of all, I want to call up Mr. Dallin Fawcett. Dallin is 17, Dutchtown High School. For his Eagle Project, he collected used Christmas trees to be recycled for use in coastal preservation and supporting lakes and marine environments. So, Dallin, I want to congratulate you. I'm going to give you a presentation after if you want to say a few words.
Sorry. How do I do it? Thank you. I'm so thankful for my family, who's definitely helped me, and for my parents, who have been great role models. I'd also like to thank my my different scout troop leaders, and all those who helped me through scouting. And they definitely made this a great, enjoyable experience, and I've kind of helped add to the troop and the community.
Next, Mr. Blake Jones, 18, 09 graduate of Dutchtown High School. His project was to gather supplies and make hygiene kits for St. Vincent de Paul Men's Shelter. Blake, congratulations.
I'm grateful to be here, and for my family and stuff for helping me and pushing me into scouting, to help me through all the trials and stuff that I had, and also for my fellow scouts that also helped me, and for all my youth leaders and scouting leaders.
Next, Mr. Jose Estrada. Eric Estrada's cousin, right? And Jose's project was to work with Public Works and help bring recycling awareness to our community, which is very, very important. So,
It's an honor to be here, and I'd like to thank my parents for all their support and hard work, and of course my Scoutmaster and his help, and Sister Margie, if she's watching this, thank you for everything. Thanks.
Next, Mr. Joseph Bourgeois goes to Sanamo High. And, your project was you organized and sponsored a blood drive, also tested blood pressure and cholesterol before giving blood. Mr. Bourgeois.
I'd also like to thank my parents and my family, the support of the community for coming out and donating their blood, and just giving everybody a little bit of education on blood and everything else that goes with that, and what they do with the blood that you donate. And I'd like to thank my leaders also, and everybody else that helped support me.
Mr. Dallin Jews cannot be here tonight. He's ill, but he did, his project was to help to clean and improve and paint the Lamar Dixon Center. So we certainly appreciate that and appreciate his efforts. I'm going to read one of these, and it's going to go to all of you. Basically, the Parish of Ascension is honored to present this certificate to all of you upon the occasion of your being named an Eagle Scout by the Boy Scouts of America. We join with the Council Chairman, Pat Bell, and the entire Parish Council in offering our warmest congratulations and best of luck with your future endeavors. Thank you.
Next on our agenda, we have the presentation for Mr. Cliff Nickens. Cliff, would you come forward, please?
Let me just say, Cliff, that I'm certainly proud that to be able to present you with something here tonight for all the efforts that you've given in the years and years of public service to our community. You've been a friend for a long time, and not just to me, but to just about everybody in Ascension Parish. At some point, you probably touched someone's lives here in the parish in one way or another over the numerous years. I'm not going to say, I think, but we cannot ever express the appreciation and thank you enough for what you've done here for us. So, let me just first read the certificate. Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana proclamation to proclaim January 21st, Cliff Nickens Day in Ascension Parish. Whereas Cliff Nickens has, through a musical career spanning 3 decades, established himself as a beloved live music performer throughout South Louisiana, and whereas he is a pillar of the Ascension Parish community, entertaining his fellow citizens, particularly our senior citizens, through the Council of Aging, and whereas he tirelessly gives of his time, energy to perform each year at numerous parties, festivals, wedding receptions, and family reunions, and whereas he has, through his music, earned the right to be recognized as a true ambassador of Ascension Parish and a fine example of the warmth and compassion of our people. Now therefore be it proclaimed, I, Tommy Martin, as President of the Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereunto proclaim January 21st, 2010, as Cliff Nickens Day in Ascension Parish, and urge my fellow citizens to observe this date in honor of a man who lives to bring joy to those around him. Cliff. Let's do this.
So I've got a letter from your friend David Easter. He'll be here tonight, and out of town, he emailed me this evening. I will not be in town to see my dear friend Cliff receive this award. Please extend my sincere congratulations to him and thank him for all that he has done for the parish and the people of the parish over the years. David.
Cliff, we also have this little plaque that we want to present to you. It says, presented to Cliff Nickens, a true ambassador of Ascension Parish. Thank you for the joy you bring to the citizens of our community. And we appreciate you, and we love you, and hope you can continue doing so over the next 40, 50 years.
I've never talked on a mic before, Tom.
Sing it.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank my mother and father, Lee Nickens, Mary, all my family, and our great Ascension Parish, all our police, Jeff, our parish president, Tommy, Pat, all the councilmen. I got to say something to Ken up here, though. I didn't forget about this Christmas party for Sorrento. I didn't get to bring you up front. See, that's been on my mind, you know. So I want to apologize to you, Ken. But thank y'all very much, everyone. I'll see what I can keep on going.
Thank you, Cliff. And I attended most of the senior citizen parties around Parish this year, and just kind of looking to the future. But I did see Cliff at just about every one of them, and he gives tirelessly of his time to all of us. So again, we can't honor you enough, Cliff. Thank you.
Thank you, Parish President. Cliff, I also want to thank you on behalf of Miss Grace and Darlene with Council on Aging. I know they depend on you a lot. Thank you. Me and Mr. Cullen, we serve on the board, and we really appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Okay. President Martinez, we'll move into your report, please, sir. First one is resolution of Robbie G. Savoy Jr., Main Arena.
Okay, well,
Mr. Randy Kluwald will make a read the resolution.
we're going to ask the council to vote on this. This is going to be a resolution. So take some action.
You take everything? All right. I don't guess I need a microphone.
Yeah, you do that.
First of all, I want to recognize the Savoy family. And I'd like to ask you to step forward. First of all, know Robbie's mother and father, Robbie and Judy Savoy. His wife, Jane. Her sister, brother, Nicole, Mandy, Quinn, if he's here, Kale, Grant, Abby, come on up. You didn't miss anybody. Yeah, that's kids here. And James Potwell, Junior Gold, come on up. On behalf of the Parish of Ascension and the Parish Council, the state of Louisiana, I'd like to read this resolution to dedicate the Robbie G. Savoy Jr. Arena at Lamar Dixon Expo Center. Whereas Robbie G. Savoy Jr. was thoroughly involved with the operation of Lamar Dixon Expo Center from its inception, and whereas his dedication to that facility was a true inspiration to those who worked with him and those who came after him, and whereas the governing authority in and for the Ascension Parish wishes to recognize Mr. Savoy's dedication and faithfulness to the Lamar Dixon Expo Center posthumously by dedicating the main arena building to Mr. Savoy. Therefore be it proclaimed by the governing authority in and for the Parish of Ascension that the memory of Robbie G. Savoy Jr. be honored by naming the main arena at Lamar Dixon Expo Center the Robbie G. Savoy Jr. Arena.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Thompson. We have a second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Resolution passes.
First, we'd like to give the mic to the Parish President. He's got a few words.
Yes, of course, I've been knowing the Savoy family ever since Robbie and Mandy and the rest of the kids were all very, very young. And Robbie, when Lamar Dixon opened up, he started there and he dedicated 10 years of his life there. And actually, just about every program or anything that came there, he was responsible for opening it up and setting it up. And, you know, he was a good person, solid person, good community minded, and loved Lamar Dixon. And when we went into the agreement and talked to Mary Lee and the Dixon family, we talked about this, and we certainly wanted it to happen. And on February 3rd at the livestock show at 12 o'clock, we're going to formally dedicate the building, and also we're going to Ms. Dixon has graciously agreed to provide a plaque and everything in memory of Robbie, because she loved him too. So she will be there for that. And I certainly, again, love all of you, and we miss him. And but his memory is going to live forever now, hopefully at Lamar Dixon, and we can all be proud.
I want to say on behalf of Robbie's family and myself that this community has really showed us what it is to be a part of a family. We have felt so loved from the day this happened. And I say this on behalf of his entire family, which is my family too. Thank you so much, Parish President and Council. It means a lot to all of us. Thank you.
And invite everyone February 3rd, 12 o'clock at Lamar Dixon. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Mark Lambert to come up and give us a report and let the council know what the festival is and what's going on and what's going to be happening out in November. So, Mark, would you come up, please? And Cliff, we already got you down for this, so.
Thank you, President Martinez, Chairman Bell, members of the council. Thank you for inviting me here. I'll be very brief and just give you an overview of what we're talking about. We have we are working, and when I say we, a group of us, a lot of volunteers put in a lot of time and effort already to put together what we call a Festival of Festivals. This is something to not only promote Lamar Dixon, but also to promote Ascension Parish, and in fact to promote the state of Louisiana. The concept behind the Festival of Festivals is the best of Louisiana all in one place. We are going to celebrate the wonderful food, the wonderful music, the wonderful culture that we have here in Ascension Parish and Louisiana. We are going to be making a presentation on Saturday to the Executive Committee of the Louisiana Association of Fairs and Festivals to get their support for this concept. We're going to be inviting all of the fairs and festivals in Louisiana to come be a part of this celebration November 11th, 2010, beginning on Veterans Day, running through the 14th, that's Sunday. We're going to invite them to come in to be a part of this, to give people in this area a chance to experience some of the festivals maybe they have never been to. We are really hoping to get a lot of participation. We think this is going to be an attractive venue for a lot of these other festivals. We're already working hard on getting some fundraising set up. We have Mr. Eastridge, David Eastridge, is helping us with music. T. Wayne Abshire is working on the food. He's already got a bunch of contests going, and a lot of people are already trash talking with the cook-offs. We're going to have some rides and games, and we got. But the thing that's been so remarkable so far is in a relatively short period of time, we've gotten just a tremendous enthusiastic response from the community, from the business community, people coming in, volunteering the time to put this together, and we're just looking forward to some really good things for Lamar Dixon and Ascension Parish. So I don't know if you have any questions or if you need anything else, any other information.
Mark,
yes, sir.
It's my, well, I'm on the committee, but you have met with the Lieutenant Governor's office also, I believe, is that?
Yes, sir. Thanks for reminding me. We have met with Lieutenant Governor Landrieu and with some members of his senior staff, and we've already received a very favorable response from them in terms of trying to secure some state funding. And in fact, we were told that more than likely we will be eligible not only for funding for the Festival of Festivals, but also for the portion of the festival that has the cook-offs. So we may actually be able to do some double dipping with the state. The actual criteria have not come down yet. We're expecting that to be sometime next week during the LTPA convention, which, by the way, Ascension Parish will be represented there through our tourism commission. We also, I think, through Chairman Bell, we're going to be talking with some folks from the Police Jury Association. We're going to talk to anybody who we think can help make this a success. But yeah, we have received a positive response from the states thus far.
Any questions for Mark? Mark, I'd just like to thank you for your efforts. You're doing a bang-up job.
Oh, thank you.
President Martinez.
Thank you.
And all proceeds are going to go to the operation of Lamar Dixon. That's basically what we're doing to help offset or defray any cost there. And an interesting statistic that we found out in starting this was that 55% of the population of Louisiana lives within a 50-mile radius of Lamar Dixon. So it's got a great possibility of drawing a lot of people. If you were here for the bicentennial, you saw what happened. We expect this to be bigger and better and to really bring some people in. So anyway, with that, I want to thank Mark also, and thank all of you. And hopefully we can volunteer, and anybody who wants to, we certainly would welcome their efforts.
Okay, sir. Anything else for the President? Okay. Thank you, sir. Moving to the consent item section of our agenda. Anybody's got any? I need a motion for the consent agenda.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Lower.
Second.
Second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion passes. Moving to the committee report section. Councilman Chris Lowell, please.
Thank you, Chairman Bell. Out of the Finance Committee, there was one item that's not on the consent agenda because there was an objection to it, and it did not pass unanimously. That is the funding in the amount of $25,000 for 1 year contingent upon equal funding from the City of Donaldsonville and the State of Louisiana for the Downtown Development District of Donaldsonville.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Kent Schexnayder, second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection?
Objection.
I need a roll call, please, ma'am.
Councilman Clute.
Yes.
Councilman Cullen.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Joseph.
Yes.
Councilman Dempsey Lambert.
Yes.
Councilman Todd Lambert.
No.
Councilman Lohr.
Yes.
Councilman Schexnayder.
Yes.
Councilman Thompson.
Yes.
And Councilman Valentine.
Yes.
No.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Motion carries. Item 9, general business. I'll move into the Ascension Republican Women. Miss Beverly Westlake and Joyce Lepore, please, would you come forward? Just Miss Beverly. That'd be good. The Ascension Republican Women are on our agenda tonight because we, as y'all know, watching us the last couple of years, anytime there's positive things happening in this parish, we like to recognize it. And this group here has just done a tremendous job at Veterans Park. They're doing, Beverly, I'm not going to steal your glory. I'll let you tell about what y'all do in school. But go ahead.
Okay. President Martinez, Chairman Bell, council members, thank you for this opportunity. I'm Beverly Westlake. I'm the president of the Ascension Parish Republican Women. I'm here to report on 3 community service projects that we are doing currently. The first one is the dictionary project. Our goals as a club are to furnish a dictionary to each 3rd grade child in Ascension Parish. My club has bought the first group of books, which will be going to Duplessis Primary, and we will be running fundraisers trying to get the money to supply the other children. But that's our goal for this year, is the 3rd graders. In the fall, we would hope to do the next class of 3rd graders, and this would be an ongoing project. Another project we have going that we are very proud of is the Memorial Brick Project. We put 1 brick already in Memorial Park. It was for Jonathan Bryan Chisholm. The young man is a fallen soldier. And so we put the brick, and we invited his mother to ceremony at Veterans Day. Excuse me. And we presented her with a plaque. And she was very moved. We were all very moved. It was, and we have collected enough money for the 2nd brick, which we will make arrangements with the family to do that one. Our 3rd project is St. Teresa's Food Bank. And monthly, when we have our meetings, our members bring food to the meeting, and then we take it to the food bank. And I'm very proud of my ladies. They work very, very hard, and so I thank you for the opportunity to come and present
We
those.
thank you. We're honored you're here. We're proud of y'all, too.
Well,
That's
I
why
would
we
like,
asked you to-
yes, I would like to show you, this is the dictionary. It's wonderful. It's got, of course, a dictionary part of it, but when we received it, it has the Constitution, it has a bio on every president from George Washington to Barack Obama. It has a map of the United States with every state marked, so the children would see that. It gives information on the state. It gives information like the capital, the size, the population, all that. And then, as I was going through it earlier, I noticed it also has the continents and information on different countries in the world. So I think this is one of the books that, and this is a national project, but this is one of the books, and we were recommended that this one was the best one. So this is the one we chose. And it costs us $1.70 for each book, so that's what we're going to try and raise for each child. And thank you.
Okay, one other thing, Beverly.
Yes.
Your group is also, I'm going to announce that y'all are going to be involved with our Veterans Parade, which will be the first time for a Veterans Parade in Ascension Parish.
Yes, sir. I informed we had a club meeting today, in fact, and I informed my club members that we had been invited to participate in the parade, and they were very enthusiastic. So, yes, we will.
I think it's more like help plan it, but
Yes.
anyway, we're going to help. But it will start at Veterans Park after the ceremony. Go to Lamar Dixon, and then our festivals will kick off.
Yes.
Thank y'all for
But
that.
the ladies are all very enthusiastic about doing that, so, and we appreciate the invitation to do that.
Thank you. I have a question from Councilman Kluart.
Yes, Miss Beverly, I just want, right here. I just want to thank you guys for what you're doing, and Miss Joyce, thank you very much also.
Yes.
And you said that you provide them to the third graders,
Yes.
and you're raising money. Just give us a quick cost of what it takes to provide to a third grade class at any one of our
Well, for our
elementary
first,
schools.
okay, for our first
For
school.
people who might want to donate or something.
Yeah, for our first school, we spent $204, and that got us 120 books. I have not been able to get in touch with all the people that I need to regarding how many third grade students there are in the parish, but we're in the process of doing that. When we started our new year this year, I named a chairman of that committee, so she will be doing that. And we'll probably send out fundraising letters, but checks can be made out to ARW and mark on it Dictionary Project, and that will go strictly, every amount of that money will go strictly for that project.
And also on the memorial bricks.
The memorial bricks are $50 each. My club bought the first one, and my club members donated. We have approximately $70 toward in that fund, and so that's one full brick, and we're continuing to collect on that. So the same thing, if anyone wants to donate to that, they can do it ARW, which is Ascension Republican Women, and mark it Brick Project, and the monies will go for that. And the nice thing about the Brick Project is it doesn't have to be a fallen soldier. It can be a soldier that's still alive that served in the Second World War. It can go to anyone. So if you have someone that you're interested in.
Such as a family member or
Veteran.
something
Yes,
like
if you
that, a
have
veteran.
Yes, and we'd like it to go through us, only because now we have the connections and we kind of know how to go about it. But we'd be more than happy to whoever you wanted the money to go for that brick, so.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Any other
more
questions?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beverly.
Next, we'll move into our introduction of ordinance section. Transportation Committee Chairman Dempsey Lambert, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Introduction of ordinance to acquire movable property from and pay relocation benefits to Danny Roussel for the amount not to exceed $230,000. This is a part of the Roddy Road, Phase 1.
Motion to introduce, Mr. Chairman.
Motion introduced by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Kluart. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 11, Councilman Lambert.
And this is also to acquire a movable property to pay relocation benefits to Gloria Duplessis Hidalgo for an amount not to exceed $150,000. This is part of the Roddy Road project.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
A
Second.
motion by Councilman Benny Johnson, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 12, introduction of ordinance 2010 budget amendment number 1. That'd be Ms. Gwynn or Mr. Grant.
The purpose of this ordinance is to fund the substance abuse program at the jail.
Motion to introduce.
A motion by
Second.
Councilman Lohr, second by Councilman Benny Johnson. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 13, to revoke a 1-foot portion of the 10-foot utility servitude along the eastern sideline of Lot 1016, Lot 1021, as shown on the final plat of Pelican Point Golf Community, Mallard Cove, Hidden Cove.
Motion to introduce.
Motion introduced by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Randy Kluart. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. Item 14, introduction of ordinance to revoke the 5-foot sidewalk servitude and 12-foot utility servitude running simultaneously along the east property line of Lot 58, Renwood, Phase 2.
Motion introduced.
Motion introduced by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is introduced. We'll get into our public hearing ordinance section, reading of the ordinance. Mrs. Manda?
Purpose to amend Chapter 19, Section 11A of the Ascension Parish Code of Ordinances. Whereas the parish governing authority acting in lawful session enacted an ordinance requiring a surety bond from certain access points to parish roads. Whereas the Department of Public Works has recommended that the ordinance be amended to require said surety bond from all access points to parish-maintained roads. Be it hereby ordained by the Ascension Parish Governing Authority acting in lawful session that Chapter 19, Section 11A of the Ascension Parish Code of Ordinances be amended as follows. Section 1911, permit and surety bond required for access to parish roads. Individuals and entities desiring to access parish roads, which are defined as those roads accepted into the parish maintenance system, shall seek and obtain a permit from the Department of Public Works and shall post a surety bond in favor of Ascension Parish in order to access parish roads from individuals or entities seeking such permits and seeking to post such bonds shall apply to the Parish Department of Public Works for a permit to conduct operations. This permit shall be purchased at a cost of $50 per site from which access will occur. Additionally, these entities or individuals obtaining such a permit shall submit a surety bond per access site in the sum of $30,000.
Motion to open the public hearing.
Motion to open public hearing by Councilman Chris Lord, second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Anyone wish to speak on this item, please come forward. You'll be allowed 3 minutes.
Motion to
Motion
close.
to close the public hearing, Councilman Chris Lord, second by Councilman Adrian Thompson. I'll need a motion to approve the ordinance, please.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Dennis Cullen, second by Councilman Randy Cluart. Any discussion? Any objection?
Yes, question.
We have discussion. Councilman Kent Schexnayder, please.
I agree with the intent of this. I'm just curious, is that they said individuals and entities desiring to access public roads. How do we differentiate between who has to get a surety bond, or it doesn't say what entities, where are we classifying this?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Fairchild, please. Ronnie Fairchild.
Ken, we're trying to control large equipment.
Yeah, I understand that. I just...
We have inspectors, road inspectors, that inspect the equipment that's in the road and to judge on, pickup trucks and stuff, that's, no problem.
Well, and I would just feel a lot more comfortable if we would define what is, I agree with you 200%, but it's going to come a point is what are we looking to govern against and what are we not? And I just think somewhere on there that needs to be defined. And that would make it better for everyone involved. People would know you fall into this category, you don't, because there's going to be some gray areas. And if there's somebody in the gray area, we need to find out who decides.
Okay, well, our intention was with our inspectors.
Yeah, and I agree with you. We went through this before, and I'm wholeheartedly in support of this. But as I was looking through the packet, I just looked, is that being a problem down the road when who decides who? That's a question I foresee.
Councilman Joseph.
And I guess I had made a phone call on this myself, and I guess it's just the maximum weight that our parish road can hold, and that's basically how that would work for Kent, who identified. That's the way I got the understanding of it. If someone come on there with a 100-ton truck, and someone make a call, they call the parish and say, why are they bringing these things on it? Then you would go out there and investigate it and then make a call on it.
Correct.
That's the way I understood it, and I don't know if that would please you.
Well, then therefore I don't get a permit until somebody makes a complaint. I don't know.
All you got to do is look at Robert Wilson rules right now. You can go down other roads.
Yeah.
There's no perfect answer to this, but we would at least like the ability to go out there and try to make sure that our roads aren't going up and that they're paid for.
Yeah, I agree 200%. I'd just like to see this defined as heavy equipment operators that are doing a commercial operation. Then you have some definition about who you're dealing with, and you can use it for that, you know. And I think if we don't, then if
No, you
if
can't
legal or
you can't
administration
you
doesn't
can't-
have any problem with it, then that's fine.
You can't discriminate against anybody, but I mean, when you go out there and you see that this is tearing up your road, I
Yeah.
mean, we want the ability to go and collect. I mean, in the past, they'll come in, they tear up your road, and they leave. You know, we do bonds, but sometimes that doesn't work.
But all of those operators have exceeded the weight limit on those roads.
Well, we don't have weight limits on our roads.
Okay.
That's where your problem is. I mean, if you put a 5-ton weight limit on the road, and a school bus can't come down the road, or a garbage truck can't come down the road, you know, but if you got some heavy machinery that's continually pounding that pavement and tearing it up, now they'll come on it, and I'm not telling you that, but once you do that, I mean, you can't stop. I mean, if you're going to stop say a log truck, you can't turn around and then say that a school bus can pass on. That's where your problem is, if they both weigh the same. Difference is that school bus may be going down there one time a day, but that machinery is coming in and out on that road, just tearing it up and over and over, pounding it, and that's what happened. I mean, our roads are not built for specific type operations. Now, I'm not going to name, but you know, for those type heavy.
If administration has no problem enforcing this, I don't have any problem with it. But,
we at least need something to be able to go out there and try to protect the parish and protect our infrastructure. So that's what we're asking.
Any more discussion?
Yeah, real quick.
Councilman Kluart.
Yeah, Ronnie and Parish President, just basically, I guess, the simple thing is who you gonna get to follow this and who not. And I understand that going after the fact is not always good, and you need something in place. And as long as it doesn't leave us in some type of liable situation.
Ms. Amanda, do you want to comment on this at all? You know, as far as, I mean, what we think, what we have is legal. I mean, and we hopefully that we can help us better maintain our roads and to police these type operations.
Right, this is just an amendment to the existing ordinance. The only change is the light section of the ordinance from a non-existing road or driveway is removed.
Okay.
So, you know, Councilman Schexnayder's concern would actually exist currently because individuals and entities are not defined right now as we speak. So.
Thank you, ma'am. That's the words I wanted to hear over the speaker. Thank you.
Any more discussion, Councilman? Any objection? Ordinance is adopted. Number 18, please.
Purpose, to revoke 5 feet of a 15-foot servitude traversing on lot 193, as shown on the map entitled Perkins Oaks Part 2, Ascension Parish, Louisiana. Be it ordained by the Ascension Parish Council as the governing authority for the Parish of Ascension, State of Louisiana, in lawful session, they hereby revoke that portion of the servitude designated as 5 feet of a 15-foot servitude traversing on lot 193, as shown on the aforementioned map prepared by Global Engineering and Land Surveying, LLC. All other public servitudes as may affect the subject property are hereby reserved.
Need a motion to open public hearing, please. Motion by
public hearing.
Councilman Benny Johnson, second by Councilman Randy Kluart. Anybody wish to speak on this item, come forward. You'll be allowed 3 minutes.
Motion to close.
Motion closed by Councilman Adrian Thompson.
Second.
Second by Councilman George Valentine. I'll need a motion to approve the ordinance, please.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Second by Councilman Dennis Cullen. Any discussion? Any objection? Ordinance is adopted. Before we get to the next item on the agenda, Councilman Lambert, I'd like as always thank Mr. Lester Kenyon for his service. Deputy Harris Wagon's back in the back of the room. Ms. Suzanne, thank you. And as always, I really need to put a thank you out. I haven't done this. Mr. Scott Rabelais, I'd like to thank you for all your efforts. You bail me out plenty. You take care of all our presentations. You do everything goes in the paper. We thank you for that. Thank you, sir. Councilman Lambert.
Motion adjourned, Mr. Chairman.
Motion adjourned by Councilman Lambert, second by Councilman Lord.